Hello and welcome back to ParticularPixels. I'm Xiaoling, and in this video I just wanted to talk a little bit about the pricing of Star Wars Battlefront. Now the game comes in three versions: the Standard Edition at $60, the Deluxe Edition at $70, and the Ultimate Edition at $120. Now if you pre-order any of these particular versions, you'll get access to the Battle of Jakku, as you can see in the chart. But that's all you'll get if you order the Standard Edition. But what I wanted to talk about mainly in this video was the content in the Deluxe Edition and the Season Pass. So let's start off by looking at the Deluxe Edition. So if you get this version, you will get the DL-44 Blaster, the Iron Grenade and Iron Torpedo, all listed as instant access, and the Iron Shock and Victory exclusive emotes. So let's start off by talking about the three instant access items. The first thing I want to say is that just from 2 to 3 hours of playing, it's very likely that you'll be able to unlock these items anyway. So that's something you really need to consider, whether it's worth paying or assigning a monetary value to these items. To be honest, I don't think it is. They have limited usefulness, and especially with the Iron Grenade and the Iron Torpedo. The Iron Grenade is only really useful against vehicles and turrets. Yes, you can use it against players and, I guess personal shields, but it's far less useful in that respect than it is against vehicles. And the problem is that the only map in the game that has turrets and vehicles is Walker Assault at the moment. They haven't given us any information on Supremacy, so perhaps that's also going to have turrets and vehicles. But as it stands at the moment, with the announced content, the only map that's going to have any turrets and vehicles is Walker Assault. And then there's the Iron Torpedo, which again, it's the same kind of situation. It's an aerial combat weapon, and as it stands at the moment, there are only 2 modes out of the 7 modes that are going to have aerial combat that we know of. The first one is Walker Assault, and the second one is Fighter Squadron. Again, we don't know if Supremacy is going to have aerial combat or not, so, I guess when we know that, that would help. But as it stands at the moment, again, that's 2 out of 7 game modes where this particular item is going to be useful. So is there a big rush to unlock these things immediately before everybody else so you can get an advantage or a heads up? I really don't think it's going to make any difference whatsoever, to be entirely honest. If you had to ask me if I was going to assign some kind of a monetary value to these items, I would say no, they're not worth any money whatsoever. I would just play the game and get the items that way. The bigger concern is the 2 exclusive animations that EA are basically trying to charge you $10 for. So that's $5 per animation, and it's an emote. I know that in the 25 hours of me playing the beta, I never used any emotes. I think it's absolutely ridiculous that EA is trying to charge people $10 for 2 emotes. It's just, I'm not surprised, but I suppose EA will be EA. But I don't think that people should, I don't think people should buy this version, honestly. It just encourages EA to do this more, and if people continue to say, okay, well, it's okay for EA to charge us money to get things instantly and charge us money to get animations, the next thing you're going to see is battle packs or animation packs released online. And then when EA's next AAA title comes out, you're going to wonder why your character doesn't have any run animation, and then realize, oh, you can actually buy that separately as DLC or a microtransaction. So I don't think you should support this kind of behavior by these companies, to be entirely honest. And again, I don't even think the content in this package is worth $10. Not at all. Not at all. The other thing I wanted to talk a little bit about was the Season Pass. Now, they were trying to charge people $50 for the Season Pass, and when they first announced it, I thought, yeah, this seems a little bit expensive. And upon doing some further research, I see that the only other Season Pass currently that's the same price as EA's Season Pass for Battlefront is Call of Duty Black Ops 3. All of the other Season Passes, and this is including the Fallout 4 Season Pass, comes in at $30. So this pricing is nearly double what the average prices of Season Passes is, and on top of that, it costs nearly the same amount as the game itself. So the question you have to ask yourself is, how much content is there going to be in the Season Pass? How much value is there going to be in that $50? Is the Season Pass going to contain the same amount of content as the vanilla game? They've said that it's going to contain 4 pieces of DLC, but they've remained completely silent on what those DLCs are actually going to be. We don't know if they're going to be new game modes, if they're going to be new maps, if they're going to be new items. And I think that until EA releases that kind of information, people should hold off on purchasing the season pass. Just don't buy it. Just wait until you know what's in it and whether or not that's going to be worth your money. I mean, the concept of a season pass is that you save about 25% by buying all the packs as one, as opposed to buying them all separately. But there's been many instances where people haven't enjoyed all of the released content. You know, perhaps there's only one out of the 4 that you enjoy, in which case you'd be wasting your money. So I think the wise thing to do would be to wait. And the final thing I want to say is do not pre-order the game. I think supporting this pre-order trend is bad in general for gaming. These companies are able to, you know, sort of tempt people with all these next to useless things and digital prizes and digital items and digital rewards for you to pre-order the game, even when you don't know if their games are any good. Now, I'm not saying that Battlefront's not going to be any good. If you want to see what my impressions of the beta were, you can click on the link above. But the primary reason for this video was just to point out my thoughts on the pricing of these games. I've been Charling, and I hope you enjoyed the video. I hope it's been a little bit informative, and I'll catch you guys next time.